Hong Kong has received the rivalry between Beijing and Washington, the COVID controls, the 2019 riots, and the imposition of the national security law. The people's perception about Hong Kong has changed considerably. I hope that you two can give some advice to Hong Kong. Kishore first and Professor Zhang.
I love coming to Hong Kong, seriously. It's such an amazing place. So I have experienced it, get others to experience it. And frankly, one of the things is I guarantee to you is that more and more Americans are going to be reluctant to go to China because of the US-China contest. But at the same time, they may want to experience something of China. And where can they do this? They can come to Hong Kong. And so Hong Kong can actually serve as a bridge in the cultural gulf between United States and China. So you're saying it will take a long time to get 50,000 people to go to China? They'll come to Hong Kong more readily. So bring more Americans to Hong Kong. But the way you do that is again by preserving your distinct cultural difference from the rest of China. Concrete suggestion I have for Hong Kong is that there is still in the world a lot of talent globally. Now, I mentioned in my remarks earlier, in the past they would go to United States and the Western countries. But you all know that there's a populist backlash against immigration in the West, including United States too, by the way. And that's one of Donald Trump's, campaign things. So global talent, and I'm talking about the best scientists in the world and things like that kind of talent, they're looking for a home. Hong Kong can open the doors to such global talent.
Thank you.
And if it's only a matter of perception, I'm less worried, because China has always been portrayed negatively in the Western media for decades. We get used to that, And as a result, sometimes when we're discussing with Western academics or journalists, we have to ridicule them. For instance, I remember we discussed the comments by economists. I always say, if you look at the political comments on Chinese affairs, economists, I give it a C or D if I have to grade their quality. Sometimes I even said, my goodness.
I give them an F.
Yeah.
To be fair, I actually told I must say the editor of The Economist is a friend of mine, and I told her very candidly, I said, your descriptions of China do not bear any resemblance to reality. I mean, I told that quite frankly,
And I said we can read your political comments on China in a reverse way. You said it's not good, actually very good. So that's one way. Or sometimes I said I explained China to you once, twice, 3 times. Okay, that's enough. We prefer to leave you in darkness. So you talk to them this way, Eventually they will regret. I say China is moving ahead like this bullet train. We don't wait for you. We explained Belt and Road Initiative to our German friends 5 years ago. They ridicule us. I said, we live in darkness. We don't care about you. And you will feel regret. That's happening today. So that's about issue of perception. So if it's not because the Western media, Western politicians are given their nature of their political system, usually are very much short-termism rather than long-termism. The Chinese way is always long-termism. So as far as perception is concerned, in the end, long-termism will win, will triumph. Yeah. Now, I agree with Kishore. We have to go beyond just the matter of perception, into realities. As I said in my lecture, Hong Kong has fortunately avoided worst. I said, avoid the fate of Kiev, avoid this color revolution. This is fundamental, this is crucial. Otherwise, Hong Kong will be in long-term chaotic development. So in this regard, I share this comment. In Chinese, we say, 香港由乱到治，由治到兴. Hong Kong is experiencing from chaos to order, from order to prosperity. That's what we are trying to do. And Kishore mentioned this Hong Kong became a center of a pool of talents, global talents. I think this is very possible. Yeah. And there also Dawanchi, Big Bay Area there. And this idea of ASEP and also BRI, which has 6 corridors, yeah, from China to Russia, from China to Central Asia, from China to Western Asia, from China to Central East Asia, to Pakistan, etc. All this produce a lot of new opportunities for Hong Kong.